Good morning, everyone. So, today let's discuss the topic about DNA packaging. But beforehand we study about the DNA packaging, let us first discuss about what is central dogma. Now, central dogma as proposed by Crick is the one directional flow of informations, okay, that during the molecular processes, okay, there is a the direction, that means the synthesis of DNA, RNA and that particular information which has been translated to protein. So the whole reaction we call it as the central dogma. Now you see here the process of formation of DNA from DNA is known as replication, okay. Then the process of formation of RNA from DNA is called transcription. Then RNA to protein, the information that is carried from RNA to form protein or the polypeptide is known as the translation process. Now, sometimes what happens, DNA is being carried out from this RNA. So then we call it as reverse transcription. So this whole reaction is together known as central dogma. Now, let us discuss about the DNA packaging. Now, when we are talking about DNA packaging, actually, here it means that the DNA, the structure, we know that it is about 2.2 meter, okay, approximately 2.2 meter, the human DNA, and the cell is very small, so somehow it has to be packed in small structure so that it can be easily accommodated within the cell. So in prokaryotes and eukaryotes, two different types processes occur. First of all, let's discuss about in case of prokaryotes. In prokaryotes, the DNA structure is held together by the RNA and it is associated with some proteins. These proteins are known as the nucleoid associated proteins, or in short form we call it as NAP. These proteins, they bound the DNA in this particular position and so it forms a compact structure, okay, and this is the simple process of packaging in case of prokaryotes. In eukaryotes, we find the DNA is associated with histone proteins. Now his DNA, we know it is negatively charged, whereas histones are positively charged. So these histones they form a very close association with this negatively charged DNA. Now here we in eukaryotes we find five type of histone proteins: H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Now out of these, actually these four, they form a octamer, and this is the octamer, okay. These are H2A, H2B, H4, H3. These total 8 molecules, they combine together and form a octamer. Around this octamer the DNA is wrapped, okay, and the H1 histone protein remains in this position. So this together structure is known as nucleosome. You can find this structure also in your book or this also, okay. This is also nucleosome. This is the octamer, this is the DNA and this is H1 histone protein. So this structure helps to maintain the long structure of DNA in a compact position, okay. And now this nucleosome is associated with the next adjacent nucleosome with the help of some linkers, and these, due to which they appear like a string and bead structure. That means we know, suppose this is a string, these are the beads. So if we observe properly, then we obtain this type of bead and string structure in case of this DNA packaging, okay. So these are actually the basic things regarding the DNA packaging structure. So while we are studying about the DNA packaging, in case of eukaryotes, we actually found the DNA histone interactions, okay. That means we are telling that histones are positively charged, DNA are negatively charged. So definitely they will create a very close association. Interaction will be very strong, isn't it? That's why they help to form them a compact structure. Then due to these linkers which are helping to join the adjacent nucleosomes, they will form a solenoid model, okay. This solenoid model, that means the bead and string structure is formed, and all these does help to arrange the long DNA in a very close position, okay, in a very small structure. So these are the main things. Hope this part is clear to you. DNA packaging, which is a very important part. Go through the videos, go through the notes, and if you have any problem, then please let me know.